Hello and welcome back to Esports Factions Rainbow Six Siege Rivals. We are gonna head into the finals of Esports Factions Rainbow Six Rivals as Team FRANTIC6ESPORTS face off against Orgless in a best of 3. First matchup will be Border, followed by Coastline, and finishing it up, if necessary, with Clubhouse. Okay, let us head straight into it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this one, man. FRANTIC6 and Orgless have both shown us their ability, so this honestly should prove to be one of the most interesting finals.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Team FRANTIC6 win their semi-final 7-0 and Orgless win theirs 7-1. So, I mean, these guys have definitely been hitting hard today, and see if they can transfer that into this final matchup, as they'll definitely need anything they can give.
Yeah, for sure. Interesting that we're going to see another Jackal ban.
Yeah, we saw it in the previous matchup as it kind of shook the opposing team to FRANTIC6 Team Obstinacy off of their feet, but it's kind of strange to see FRANTIC6 ban it themselves this time.
Yeah, maybe Orgless can use that one to their advantage. Well, who knows? These guys have been able to pull off much less, so...
Yeah, and Thatcher being banned, that's probably useful considering it's Border. I mean, Thatcher's so useful in Armory Lockers, Bathroom Tellers, or even Visa side. As a Maestro, the first defensive ban, that's an Intel operator gone off the board.
Yeah, and it's also one of those strong, cheeky picks that you can employ. And of course, there's the mirror as well.
So yeah, pretty default defensive bans. The Jackal kind of the one didn't expect, but it should prove to make it a pretty interesting matchup.
Yeah, for sure. I'm curious to see what the choices are going forward into this first round and see how the teams decide to meet each other and start feeling out exactly what each other is doing.
Yeah, because we saw Team Orgless, I believe, in the quarterfinals yesterday. They really took a few rounds to finally get into their stride, but once they did, they won 4 rounds in a row, and definitely just from there being ruthless. It seems this team, once they find their stride and they just start gelling as a team, they are absolutely unstoppable, and I'm waiting for that as they head to Armory Lockers and now FRANTIC6 starting on defense. The Cade being picked, kind of strange to see Cade instead of the Bandit, because the Thatcher is actually banned.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Yeah, like you said, there is some interesting stuff that's certainly going to happen here. You can see that defense, they've got Kaid, they've got Mozzie, Jaeger, they've got Wamai and Legion, so a little bit of stopping power there. It's going to be difficult to break through the Kaid. Of course, the Jaeger ADS and Wamai gadget is going to be very difficult to get any sort of utility through. And then, of course, Legion is difficult to walk in any sort of hallway where he is present.
10 seconds left before insertion.
It looks like FRANTIC6 at least are siding with me. They're placing their shields the right way around. So in the previous match, I think it was Team Orgless actually placing their shields, which many would consider to be the wrong way around, but they actually used it quite effectively. They got a few kills from behind that shield spotter, but Team Orgless now spawning in, looking to take from CCTV side. Let's see how this works out for them, as I believe there's only currently one aroma in CCTV side. That's the Jaeger of Cloudy.
He's just been droned out, so they know he's in here. Could find himself cornered pretty quickly.
And in a corner, he is currently having to fend off 2 doorways as well as being droned out, and that's the IQ peeking and getting the intel, just swinging wide, and Zofia actually getting the kill.
Yeah, and I mean, at that stage, you know, you have like 3 people sort of pressuring you. You're in a pickle. You have to either try and get yourself out or try and take 1v1s against all the people who are trying to push you. And of course, they just play that one, you know, smart, logical, peek them, take them out.
Yeah, and now full CCTV control on the side of Team Orgless, as walls being breached, it seems, but still full site control on the side of Team FRANTIC6, and notably Mozzie is still roaming down below. He is being droned out, and I believe there's a player currently on the hunt looking to pick off this Mozzie. That's Causa on the buck, probably looking himself to do some damage from down below. But Mozzie has rotated up, so now complete bottom floor control on the side in the hands of Team Orgless.
Yeah, I think the playstyle that FRANTIC6 might have wanted to employ here with some roaming potential is the reason that they banned the Jackal. Just to make sure that, you know, someone like Dorsa can't just roam around and catch everyone out and reveal their position to everyone.
Yeah, now starting to open up from down below. There's a player currently playing behind half wall. I believe that's Minted. And then Wamai, he's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here. If he peeks too wide, he gets killed from the breach. Peeks too far back, he gets killed from down below. But that's a kill for Sticks on the Hibana. Flashing out the Wamai now as he gets killed from down below. Now a 2v4 with Crushes left last live. He's situated in office and his teammate is in small box.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Yeah, that was pretty well played from the Buck and from the entire team actually. They're just kind of pressuring all the necessary players one by one, just taking them down. It's a 2v2 now. Legion's gonna lose that fight. There goes the IQ.
And now a 1v1 with Sticks on extremely low HP. Mozzie looking to take this first round.
Located by attackers. 15
He opts to rotate off, knowing Sticks has to plant with little time. Plant is going down. It seems it will be stuck. And that is it, the plant is down, but Sticks is on such low HP. One stray bullet through a wall and he will get caught. And as I say that, exactly doing that, spraying through the wall, and he does get it. That's an injure. And that is the round one if he can find this out at least. And yeah, that is the kill confirmed. Quad kill for him actually on the round.
Yeah, that was interesting to watch for sure. That I must say the teamwork that came out from Orgless there was pretty good. They were able to isolate some people and take them out, but ultimately FRANTIC6 they were able to get the trades that they needed to get and play around the losses that they were having and managed to even it out. And ultimately they came out on top there as soon as the Hibana was the last one left alive with like 10 HP.
Yeah, and definitely crashes on Legion as well as Mozzie doing very well for their team, just really clutching it out. They were left last and alive in I believe a 2v4 situation, but just not letting it slip, clutching it out for their team. Heading to Ventilation Workshop now as they head to their second favorite site. 6-pick off of the Ella actually onto the mute. That might prove to be quite effective because we know Team Orgless are definitely a team to use the drones quite effectively. You saw the plane CCTV being droned out so effectively, just getting killed by the Hibana peeking wide, knowing where he is based off of that drone information gathered by his team.
Yeah, the Mozzie mute can certainly come in handy here. It's going to deny a lot of information that could potentially come out if they play their gadgets right. So there's a lot of information denial that can come out here from them, and of course they also have the Jaeger Wamai combo to deny a lot of utility. So they're really trying to put up a good wall of defense and kind of just, you know, not allow any impact to come towards the bomb sites.
10 seconds to go.
The drone is currently stacked inside of CCTV, looking to definitely take control of that early on into the round, as that's a pretty good landing point to from there start taking the top floor defense being held by FRANTIC6.
Did not realize that you can shoot that speaker tower.
Yes, that. I think we all know the typical audio. Do not attempt to board the helicopter, and shooting that speaker allows you to at least have a bit clearer comms. Actually, two players in office and fountain side. Jaeger just playing aggressively there, getting into a almost early gunfight with JMS on the Zofia, but both players just avoiding bullets from one another.
Yeah, right here, both of these teams have, you know, they realize they can't really go for the YOLO strats that they were able to do earlier on right now. So they're just kind of playing head-to-head, and things are so much more competitive right now.
Almost a great flick coming out from the Jaeger, but he gets killed by Causa actually on the flank, not IQ on the rappel.
Yeah, that crossfire is definitely going to take him out one way or another.
Yeah, and now they've started losing a lot of the top floor side. Definitely a lot of map control on the side of Orgless as they look to repel off the top floor contingent at the moment. Players are now entering into archives, spotting the head of the mute, just not being able to land a bullet. As a C4 coming out, but not landing, and a double kill coming out from Leventis as a great spray transfer from him.
That was really, really well played there. He was able to not isolate and focus on the one play, and he was able to realize that there's a potential for other players to be there. He was able to take them out as well, and then still get the kill that he was looking to get in the first place.
Yeah, and now Crushes and Mystic, the two players that clutched it out last time, I believe. See if they can do it once again, as the team definitely need them at the moment. As a 2v5, it's not looking too likely for Team FRANTIC6 to actually lock this out.
Yeah, right now they have a lot of work to do. We see the Mozzie trying to take a fight towards the window there. He's not going to find anything. Gets taken down immediately from above. And now that leaves the Legion in a 1v5, looking pretty much impossible right now.
Yeah, this man up against the wall. The diffuser is being planted. Sticks. And he's sticking it.
Wow.
Damage done onto the IQ, and he whips out the pistol, gets the headshot onto the IQ. But his crossfires are being held from notably hallway at the moment by Corza. As well as Hibana just peeking into sight, and JMS on the hatch, he gets the final kill.
Yeah, 25 HP, nothing really was going to happen out of that one. It was inevitable that he would eventually run into a fight that he couldn't fully take, and there it is, JMS going to get that last one. 1-1.
Yeah, definitely a stalemate at the moment. Both teams looking very aggressive and very efficient. But I'm actually starting to Orgless at the moment, because that first round really came down to a clutch by one player. It wasn't really that much of a team effort. It came down to a 2v4, and it really wasn't something they were looking to win. Really just individual play helping them out there. Team Orgless definitely working as a team at the moment, being able to clear out those aromas and from there translate it onto site. The Hibana being very effective. Sticks has been able to open up these main walls very effectively each and every time and actually get the plant down 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah, interestingly enough here, instead of the Jaeger Wamai combo, we see the Wamai get 6 picked out into the Mute. So it's going to be the Mozzie Mute, rather, and the Valkyrie getting picked up instead. Yeah, interesting. That information could prove to be very useful if they can play off of it. It certainly has proved to be useful in the past.
Yeah, I mean, with this top floor roam contingent, denying info and especially CCTV in offices will really help you out, because it delays that push onto the top floor, and the longer you can hold top floor, the more valuable that hold gets.
5 seconds to go. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Alright, let's have a look and see what's going on here. Interestingly enough, a lot of players and teams decide to spawn on this side, but nobody ever spawn peeks these windows, which makes me curious, because the teams that rush in here never check for the spawn peek. I wonder how much damage one could do if one actually spawn peek from these positions.
And quite a lot, because at the moment these players just, I think they just take it for a given that in such a high stakes game they wouldn't do something so almost stupid, you could say.
Yeah, well, that being said, so we've got our Mozzie on the roam here, checking out what's going on, waiting for someone to push in. Already CCTV control coming in as well.
All the roamers have gone to the bottom floor. This is quite notable, because I don't think Orgless know about this at the moment. As they start to drone it out now, you see the drone going into archives, Buck opening up. They should realize now that top floor is just completely clear.
Yeah, this is giving me some flashbacks right here. We've seen situations similar to this, so I wonder now how Orgless decided to continue forward, knowing that now second floor control has been given up completely. The drones are coming out here, getting that information, seeing that no one is out here on the second floor. So
that cam with 3 C4s on the board for Team FRANTIC6, they could get a few kills from down below. Oh, the C4 has been shot out.
That's unfortunate. Could have been pretty big there. So yeah, obviously the vertical play is going to come in almost immediately, which is the expected response when the second floor is completely open. Hasn't come to fruition just yet, though.
All 3 C4s have been burned by Team FRANTIC6. Now, really very little they can do but hold sight and just try to play time. But as I say that, Kane is opening up an angle for his team. He kills Cloudy. That's the Jaeger gone somewhere on main stairs, I believe.
Defender has left the area of operation.
That is a great
that's-
flank coming out from the Valkyrie.
That is a very smart play right there. Well, Diffuser will be planted though. Stick's going to get that one down. It's a 3v4, so Orgless find themselves in a good position now, especially now that the what was it? So Legion is taken down. So it's Valkyrie versus
Defenders have eyes on the diffuser. Attackers need to protect.
Valkyrie and Mozzie versus the world as the diffuser's planted and they have a top floor hold on it.
yeah, this is going to be
You can see
difficult.
This man has a good angle. But he
Yeah,
actually
this is gonna
falls
be-
off of it. As Figure now with a triple kill on the round, he actually opens up an avenue to possibly retake the site as the Mozzie unfortunately whiffs the shot. But Valkyrie going for the run out will drop the Hibana.
Defender exposed.
The last player close left, but no time left on the diffuser. And anyway, as the attackers, that's Canis with the final kill, takes it for his team.
Yeah, that almost looked winnable there for the defense, but unfortunately, a whiffed shot and the time just working against them just ended up in the ultimate loss. So unfortunately, they're not able to clutch that one out. It's going to be 1-2 now in favor of Orgless.
Yeah, and having lost 2 on the offside, now able to go back to Armory Lockers and Archives, see what they decide to do as a pulse pick actually coming out.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a pulse pick actually come out and be successful. Looks like it's going to be 6th picked into the Vigil in any case. So that's going to be interesting. Perhaps a potential flank or sort of sneaky play coming out here. It depends
Attackers need to
on,
locate and
what they
defuse
decide to
as
do
many
with it.
bombs as they can.
And we saw the Valkyrie roam really effectively that previous round. Unfortunately only getting 1 kill, the IQ, who was sitting on a drone. But yeah, the roam presence has been somewhat working out, but it's really just the rounds are coming down to those final seconds, just whether the diffuser gets planted or not. And well, 3 rounds in a row, Styx has been able to plant the diffuser.
Yeah, so far they need to find a strategy that'll allow them to stop those plants from coming down
10
and
seconds left.
play for time perhaps. Regardless of what they decide to do here, it's going to be a pretty standard setup once again. We see Hibana coming out for the hard breaching, and then Buck and Zofia, and then of course that Nomad. Nomad pretty much going to be appearing in the majority of games that you'll see.
Yeah, we saw a band actually earlier on Coastline with great effect, but oh sorry, I believe that was yesterday's matchups. But yeah, Nomad has definitely been something that's shaken up the meta quite a lot, especially with the combination of Gridlock as well, really locking out those roamers. Cloudy now, I say that on the roam, the Vigil down below in customs. Really, it just makes life hard if you're not able to rotate through a certain point just because a player shot out one device.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a crucial area to now that can really change games and be quite frustrating to play against. James actually going to go down immediately trying to get in through the window there. So that's a good first pick there for FRANTIC6.
He's actually opened up an angle through Archives onto that window. That's a really long angle to be holding.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. So at least they're going to get themselves best foot forward here. Buck having to straight up just drop down and run through. Vigil needing to try and make something happen, convert the roam into something positive. Corsa's here.
Oof.
Fight happens.
A great pincer movement coming out from Orgless as the Buck and the IQ of Leventus working together, but minted with the refrag, that's onto Canis. That's the Nomad gone.
Yeah, right now, Orgless on the back foot. They're 2 men down. So they're going to have to do some extra work to try and get themselves back into the round.
Yeah, and as they start just spraying and praying, these guys are looking for the long angles and definitely have the guns to do it. But with 1 minute 14 left on the clock and side control decisively in favor of Team FRANTIC6, just still holding it so passively. Minted on the Legion, actually peeking wide, getting a double kill as he swings wide into office.
Yeah, things are not looking good here for Orgless. It's Styx and Leventus left alive, and they have to do so much work in order to get back into this one. A really long angle being held by the Kaid here. Shotgun not managing to get all the damage it needs to get.
Not able to land the headshot, but still damage done onto the IQ. The Jaeger holding the angle passively. IQ just taking out Asian goo miners. The plant's coming down.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Oh, there we go. Plant is denied through the wall. They hear the beat. They know something's happening. And finally, for the first time, the plant doesn't go down. And now it's Leventis in a
Attackers have recovered their
1v3.
diffuser.
The Jaeger staring down his barrel, just holding so passively that angle, hearing the bait from the diffuser. Now knowing where the player is he has to stick this within the next few seconds. But a spray from the wall as Crushes gets a second for him on the round. And TCSG definitely holding those long angles, using the ACOG of the makeshift DMR to his advantage.
Yeah, I mean, that's a situation where Leventis knows that there's somebody there and somebody there and somebody there, but he can't do anything about it. As soon as he pushes, he loses. He has to try and bait something out, but really well played from FRANTIC6 not to get baited by the plant. And just playing patiently. It really pays off for them, and they take that one. So it's going to be evened out now, 2v2.
Yeah, and now heading back to Ventilation Workshop, their secondary bomb site. They'll have to win at least one of the defenses on this Ventilation Workshop site if they want to take and lock it in a at least equal round count heading into the second split.
Yeah, FRANTIC6 is going to be picking up the Echo, potentially to
Attackers need to
start
locate
denying
and defuse
the
bombs.
those plants that have really been, annoying them since the beginning of the round. Stick being able to get the bomb down the whole time, kind of makes things more difficult, and so they're looking to kind of stop that from happening.
Yeah, and we see the Echo drones being tossed out, gonna assist them on the top floor hold. As well as the Mute Mozzie combo once again. We've been talking about that all game. Just able to delay for as long as possible, helping the top floor contingent roamers in the roam, just delaying a lot of time, just cancelling the drone work really.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Yeah, it's really a game about information. The
seconds
more
left.
information you have, the better plays you can make. And so being able to deny that information
Attackers are moving out to
so
locate a bomb
efficiently
and defuse it.
can really work. to
You know what I
advantage.
see here is a fake top floor setup because they've reinforced the hatches once again. They did this last time they defended this and they just held bottom floor. So I believe this will be a bottom floor hold coming out from them.
Yeah, this is quite interesting. I think maybe maybe the whole point of this kind of spread is to just waste as much time as possible. You utilize a whole bunch of things on the second floor to try and bait the attackers into believing that you're holding it up here. They try and clear you out. They spend a lot of time throwing their drones, a lot of utility, kind of clearing up positions, only to realize you're holding the first floor and having to reassess the situation and use your limited utility to try and clear that out.
Thing is, Orgless are definitely reading into this really early on, 40 seconds off of the board, and well, they've already got top floor control essentially.
Yeah, it seems they've sniffed out the goings on, perhaps just from the experience of having seen it last time, and they're already pulling the trigger to start getting into position and moving onto that second floor.
Once again, 3 C4s on the board actually for FRANTIC6. Last time they didn't land any one of the C4s. Hopefully this time will be a different story, as now the IQ looking to see where the Echo is currently playing. He actually spots him on the cam and he does a lot of damage. Cloudy now on about 30 HP.
That's really well played. That is utilizing the IQ gadget so well there. Kane is actually going to go down in the meantime, but that's a lot of damage done onto Cloudy. That could potentially come back to bite them, depending on how this plays out.
And this floorboard now essentially being cardboard as Buck just absolutely tears through it, but a C4 coming out from one of the players that was Crushes, but he gets refragged by the IQ, just holding a tight angle there, being able to pick up his teammate. It's now on 20 HP.
Yeah, unfortunately, the buck doesn't go down to the C4 there. That's really going to be annoying and frustrating to FRANTIC6, who really needed that frag to kind of get themselves the advantage going forward. But it isn't going to be so it's 4v4, and the Echo is still very low. There goes another one. Mozzie going to go down super quick there. Well played from JMS, as usual, coming in to make things a bit easier for his team.
Yeah, and he actually still had a C4 in his back pocket, now losing that as Leventis gets a double kill. Forza as well with a kill. Now it's minted in a 1v4. Diffuser coming down, sticking it.
Yeah, it seems like that's the name of the game at this stage. Stick's going to be able to plant the bomb. Meanwhile, he only able to get one before he gets traded out immediately. So that's a really well played round by an Orgless, just being able to kind of feel out what's going on, take very quick top floor control once they realized what was happening, opening up the floors and just being able to effectively take people out through it. So yeah, well played, 2-3.
That champion charm, I believe that's the first time I've actually seen one. See these players just absolutely showing how powerful they are. I mean, these guys are really top of their game, being able to hit champion last season.
Yeah, certainly nothing to scoff at for sure. So we're going to be seeing the gridlock coming out for Orgless here. Very interesting that they've decided to take this one. I wonder how they utilize it, if they do utilize it at all.
Yeah, I mean, previously saw
Attackers need to
even
locate
Nomad
and
getting
defuse
picked, but
bombs.
she really wasn't able to do anything. Got picked off very early on into those rounds.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier we were talking about that entry denial and just being able to stop certain defenders from roaming through or rotating through certain areas. And yeah, I guess if the Nomad's not working out, if you want to keep the same sort of vibe, you can just go for the gridlock.
Yeah, and it looks like the hatches will be unreinforced this time, meaning the top floor hold will be coming out from FRANTIC6, probably sensing the bottom floor hold not working too well for them, having lost it once in the previous half of defensive
5
sides.
seconds to go.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing is that unlike a lot of the other times we
Attackers are
see
moving out to locate a bomb
from
and
other
defuse
teams,
it.
yeah, they've realized this bottom floor hold's not really working out anymore, so they've got to change up their strats. And I'm pretty sure that if they execute this top floor hold, you know, quite well, they take the fights. They seem to be doing pretty well earlier on, so you know, switching up their style back to the second floor hold is definitely something I agree with. Yeah, should be able to work pretty well for them if I'm not mistaken.
And two players currently situated in Fountain. Orza on the buck has that information with that great drone spot.
Yeah, that drone spot is a pretty powerful one that not a lot of people are aware of.
IQ doing a lot of work actually spotting the utility on the side. Team Orgless, I believe that is the K charge. An officer wall being taken out already.
Yeah, so there goes the cage charge, and yeah, the Orgless team seem to be pretty well aware of the things that are going on here, and they realize that there's a lot of top floor control, so they move some of their players just to have a look at the bottom floor as well, just to see if they can get any defenders on their lonesome. Legion already haven't gone down now. It means that Orgless are at a man advantage.
Yeah, and a lot of pressure coming into as well officers CCTV as they're really starting to pincer these players currently playing the top floor. Cloudy establishes control of this angle as he does spot the one player. IQ actually peeks into his crosshairs but not able to react fast enough as IQ now pushing up aggressively, knows there's a player to his right and hits the headshot.
That's really well played. Yeah, that's a crucial headshot to get right there. That's going to really come back to bite FRANTIC6 here. Ooh.
And a double kill now for Cause, I believe, as he gets crushes. That's okay, done. But Mozzie doing really well for his team as well, getting a double. But shotgun, close range, that's the mute, just blasting a guy. And a headshot coming out from him. Mastery of the SMG-11 being showed here as he hits the headshot now in a 1v1. Sticks left, last live, diffuser in hand. He has control of side, he can go for this plant, but Mystic is close on his tail.
Yeah, Mystic has to really show us that that ability with this SMG if he wants to be able to clutch this round out. It's a 1v1. He hears the bomb start to go down. He has to make a move here. Who's the first one to lose? He hears the second plant, so he knows this has to be a definite commit. He runs around. He actually almost gets it so low on health. There's
What's
the shotgun
up? The shotgun gets it. No, great play from him. I mean, just knowing the shotgun is probably going to be the better gun to use in that gunfight, and also the ammo being out of SMG-11, only 17 rounds in that magazine, and really a great play from him. He did still have a C4 in his back pocket, but didn't need it.
Yeah, I mean, the C4 could have potentially even been too slow, and honestly, with that HP left, whipping out the shotgun and just landing the shot is a really clutch play from him, evening out the rounds 3-3. Well played.
Yeah, now into the second split as Team Orgless will head into their defensive side.
Oh, so we're gonna see the Goyo coming out here, and the Echo, the Mute, the Kite, and the Jaeger. Interestingly enough, I like this Goyo pick. I'm always
Defenders,
interested to see
protect
how
your
people
bombs
use him,
from
especially now
being
that he
by
only has 2
attackers.
shields. If they use him for sort of the same effect. So,
I mean, I guess it's just you need to choose where you really want it instead of just throwing one everywhere. Holding everything, really
Yeah.
having to choose where you decide to hold, what you can invest your utility in.
yeah, I suppose it does make you think a little bit more about where you want to put your shields. So it is going to be that second floor hold up here for Orgless as they are on the defense side now, and we're going to be able to finally see what it is that these teams can do,
10 seconds
switching
insertion.
to the other side.
Yeah, and
5
we
seconds
see
remaining.
the Echo spot. Remember how this one absolutely destroyed Penta Sports back in.
Attackers are moving out to
You
locate
played
bomb and
a
defuse it.
something I can't even
Attackers
remember,
drop
but
the bomb
I
diffuser.
think there was an IQ on the board of the enemy team, and because of that spot and the nature of that Echo spot, you just can't shoot it out with your gun. Just completely in cover of that luggage bin. And well, let's see how it is used as Jaeger currently roaming in CCTV. Gets droned out and actually decides to drop off.
Yeah, it feels like there's too much pressure on him, so he just decides to drop off and leave, which you know is a decent play here. You know, you don't want to get pincered from too many sides. Keeps his life for the time being.
Yeah, now 2 roamers on the bottom floor. That's Corza on the Goyo as well as James and Jaeger. Definitely 2 very strong guns in their hands. Definitely capable, doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, attackers busy droning out the second floor here. They see there's no one towards CCTV area. Moving over to the other side. There's a lot of there's 2 roamers here on the first floor to try and stop anyone coming from there. But the bulk of the attack is coming from this main wall side here.
This is actually the first time a Thermite has been picked this matchup. So Orgless really just using that Hibana, not really using a Thermite at all, but definitely Thermite, he can open up some big holes.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty much the name of his kit.
Yeah, and that's the phrase he really speaks out a lot.
Yeah, it's quite true. Not to mention the fact that him coupled with the Hibana is they can make quite a few holes.
And only now really the bottom floor roam has been cleared out by FRANTIC6 as JMS still roaming down below. Goyo also well in server room at the moment, but Styx, he gets a C4 kill.
Yeah, that's going to put them on the back foot. I don't know if Nomad got all her charges out there, so that's going to be a little bit of that entry to non-utility taken out, and IQ also going to be taken down as well. The trade is good though, but it's still man advantage for Orgless.
Yeah, and with 50 seconds left on the board and only really CCTV control in their hands, they haven't taken offices at all as backstairs is clear and the Jaeger's still holding it.
Yeah, they haven't pulled the trigger as fast as they may have wanted to, but a great spray down there from Minted is going to take out JMS.
And that's a big kill. That essentially opens up office now as the Cade falling back a bit because he knows he can't be really helped at the moment. So now full office control with essentially 1 kill, really the catalyst for that.
Ooh, it's a lot of...
All the players
yeah,
on FRANTIC6
backfiring.
just
Seconds to go. Attackers
being concussed because of that Zofia charge. But main wall now going open with 10 seconds left on the clock. This is definitely going to come down to an absolute frag fest as
5 seconds left.
Minted with the double, the diffuser going down. Now man advantage on the side of FRANTIC6, but the plant has to go down. And the echo charge, he gets it! The Yokai cancelling the diffuse, and a great play from Orgless to win that
And
round.
that's why you ban Echo.
Yo, that is just a kick in the guts.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. You know, you want to be able to win those rounds, and then just one click of a mouse button just disrupts your entire chance at being able to win in such a situation where otherwise you would have been able to win.
Yeah, I mean, they won the gunfight in that last 10-second engagement, just coming down to that frag fest, but essentially, as you said, just one click of a button, they lost the round.
Yeah, and that's why everyone likes to ban him, and you know, they haven't banned him, and they didn't utilize him very much on their side, I think, when in their
Defenders,
half at
protect
least.
your bombs
So they're
from
really
being
going to be
used by
frustrated
attackers.
about that one.
Yeah, that's definitely going to bite them later on, as every round counts really in this engagement, because both of these teams really just matching one another at the moment in terms of their capability.
Yeah, ultimately, you know, in this best of 3, you want to be able to get as many rounds in a map to be able to win the map as possible. You don't really want to go to a third. It's always nice to close it out early if you're the winning team, but of course, you know, things can stretch out a little bit. So yeah, every round counts. It is going to be this first floor defense here, but or first floor bomb side, but second floor defense coming out here from Orgless.
5 seconds.
Yeah, no actual reinforcements on the bottom floor as it's just completely left open.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
That's a pretty strange one there. I guess it works. Okay, charge being placed really far up, just really not wanting the IQ to detect it and take it out from down below.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the attackers decide to approach this this particular hole. They've managed to come in through towards the staircase here and ease their way down towards that first floor where the bomb site is located. A lot of players still upstairs here, so they need to be aware of the quite heavy top floor presence.
Yeah, and looks like they're doing exactly that, starting to open up into office. Hibana currently situated on that balcony. And yeah, this is looking like an east side clear as they start to take office.
It looks like IQ is edging towards the bomb site. Should be able to spot that there's no one really there.
Not able to get that mute jammer, but yeah, as you say, only 2 players currently roaming down below. That's Canis. Not even roaming, these are the only guys on site, and the roamers are top floor, but Cloudy gets dropped by Sticks. That's a great angle being held with the TCSG in hand.
Yeah, the defenders realizing that this top floor challenge is not really coming out too much, so they're going to have to just rotate their plan of action a little bit, move towards this stairwell side where the rest of the attackers are located.
And now taking these engagements, they have to really stop pressuring the defenders, still holding top floor.
Ooh, this could be interesting. I'm not sure if it'll connect with anything. I think they realize that something's happening there, so C4 throw is not going to come out.
Well, the Jaeger sprang into the wall, really lucky to escape with his life as the C4 coming out does not connect, unfortunately, as Complete Elite collapse now. Mystic getting a double. Sticks and JMS dropped. That's the Caden. The Jaeger's figure now just rushing in with callouts being gathered by his team. Leventus just holding it passively. Cores are still down below. C4 in hand.
Yeah, right now Orgless are just dropping left and right, and they have a really, really heavy situation on their hands. Echo also going to be going down and leaving everything onto Corsa's hands. Valkyrie has to do so much work, and I don't know if this is possible. Sure, Sophia's a bit low, but I mean, you win that fight, you still have a 1v3. You have to take 3 winning fights. Yeah, it's going to be very difficult.
At least now knowing the Echo won't just one click win the round, but a complete crossfire being set up. The IQ on his right, the Zofia to his left, gets the first kill and almost gets the planter. They could have maybe won that on time if he had hit that shot, but no, the IQ from the side gets the kill.
Yeah, if Valkyrie had potentially cleared that doorway on the right, could have won that fight and then might have actually gone ahead to win the round. Or at least make it a 1v1 and make it more winnable. But unfortunately, it isn't going to happen. Does decide to rush into the site to stop the diffuser and gets taken out from behind. So it's going to be evened out once again. 4 rounds to 4 rounds. And these teams are pretty much just have been neck and neck this whole match.
Yeah, definitely just answering back to the aggression shown by either side. Just not giving up, just holding tight. And, well, as they head to Ventilation Workshop once again, let's see if they can hold tight and hold the bomb site.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, right now we're going to see a pretty interesting setup. We have the Valkyrie and the Echo once again, so that's a lot of information that could potentially be available to Orgless. But What I'm interested to see is how they decide to switch it up in this round. Obviously, it's going to be a first floor bomb site and a second floor defense once again, but they have to have learned their lesson from the previous round because it didn't really work out for them. And the attackers were able to play around their strategy really, really well, focusing their efforts towards the staircase, clearing out a lot of the map, and actually just understanding the exact locations, which allowed them to just isolate the rest of the defenders and just pick them off.
Attackers must locate and defuse
Yeah,
the
and
bomb.
now with the bottom floor roam presence, it looks like essentially the same operator lineup coming out. A lot of C4s in hand, both all the Cade, the Mute, and the was on the Valkyrie, all of C4s in the back pockets as the attackers now starting to spawn in, looking to take CCTV side.
So once again, we see the attackers, they take the control of this side of the map. They feel a lot more confident here, playing around here. They know most of the defenders probably won't be here, which is interesting. Usually you want at least a defender to be posted up in that particular spot, just even to gather information on where the attackers might be coming from. So they've got control of this side of the map all the way here towards the east. And let's see if the same thing transpires as the previous round, or if Orgless can potentially counteract.
Yeah, 3 players of FRANTIC6 actually located bottom floor at the moment. They look posed to just rush this bottom floor at the moment.
Yeah, they're close enough to site to do it, and all the presence once again needs to come from Orgless. You know, they need to figure out what's going on and rotate accordingly.
Valkyrie, the only really will want to really put an end to this bottom floor coming out, but jumping into the angle, he gets dropped to very low HP, but the IQ's still there to engage him, and he gets the headshot now.
Drop the diffuser.
Minted being dropped as well. They now have bottom floor control, but with complete top floor control still in the hands of Orgless, what can they really do? Canis has rotated around to the bottom floor, realizing the gap in the defense.
Yeah, right now things are not looking good for FRANTIC6. JMS going to take down Cloudy. It's 2v4, and yeah, things are not looking easy. They've lost most of their map control. Jaeger does go down.
As well, Mystic going down, now being picked up by his teammates, and a 2v3 with low HP. No real side control, you have to still get the diffuser, and I believe these players have just rotated on down. Echo, the only one still playing top floor.
45 seconds left, and they need to kind of make something crazy happen right now. If they decide to rush in and just win gunfights, they could potentially stand a chance of winning this, but the time is ticking away, and the Echo is still alive as well, so even if it does come down to a clutch, the Echo can still just press a button.
Yeah, and very tight angles being held here. FRANTIC6 will have to dance around these angles, make sure not to get shot from either one, but as they just seemingly still taking it slow, as Echo peeking into archives, they need to take care of him and somehow get onto bottom floor with 10 seconds left onto the clock.
Yeah, Echo playing this one really, really well is going to get taken down, but the time is ticking. 4 seconds, and that's going to be it. Defenders, they managed to win the round. This time around, they just play it a lot better. Orgless are able to react to what FRANTIC6 were trying to do there, and they managed to just, yeah, take out the players they need to take out, actually take back map control from FRANTIC6 and go on to win the round.
Yeah, definitely some great gunfights coming out from the defenders, notably the Jaeger, I believe that was JMS. The IQ just spraying through the wall, doing so much damage onto him, but still JMS able to find the triple kill on the round.
Yeah, JMS has been doing a lot of work in recent times, but this time around, it's not really, you know, the only thing that the team has to rely on. You know, obviously both of these teams playing with quite high skill levels here against one another. They've been back and forth so often. And the real question is now, do they break the mold? Does FRANTIC6 win this one and even it up again? Or does Orgless take this one and finally get themselves a decent lead?
I'm quite interested in this Maverick pick actually, as they have 3 hard breaches on the board, and thus far they've been opening up with the hard breaches, but I haven't really been doing anything with it. We saw this main armory wall hasn't been opened up once, I believe.
10 seconds to go.
Yeah, so it's going to be that second floor
5 seconds remaining.
defense, which is a lot easier in most people's opinions.
Attackers
It's
are
a lot
moving out to
stronger of a
locate a
site to
bomb and defuse
defend.
it.
So we'll see how it pans out for them.
And Jaeger now roaming in CCTV side. See what he can do with this powerful position.
Ooh, also getting a really nice shot onto figure 6 there.
Yeah, and that's a pretty big one. That's the Maverick. I mean, no one else really to take care of those K charges at the moment, so that's a really big one off the
Bomb
board.
located by attackers.
Yeah, Maverick can seriously come in handy, especially in the fact that he's so quiet when he opens up the reinforced walls. You can kind of get some sneaky picks, and with that off the board, that kind of element, that kind of avenue of play is pretty much gone.
Yeah, and JMS being droned out in CCTV at the moment. None of his hatches are actually open, so he can't really rotate out of here as he peeks in. He knows the player just vaulted in, but Thermite wins the gunfight off the information. You see the drone just scurrying along the floor there.
Yeah, he gets a bit too frisky and he loses the gunfight there, which ends up biting him in the butt.
And IQ now starting to take care of that K charge on the main wall. Causa still actually roaming down below. We saw him get a kill from round about this position earlier on. Let's see if he can maybe net another.
Yeah, it is a 4v4 here, so the teams are even in terms of manpower. But yeah, any decision. I was about to say any decision here on could change that, and the IQ going down is going to be a big player off the board as well.
And Valkyrie still just roaming down below, dancing around Cloudy. Nomad is just trying to hold his position, but he's actually spotted on that Valkyrie cam. Causa now knowing where he is.
Yeah, that information is coming in pretty critical then for spotting out where all the players are and being able to take them out. So it's really forcing the attackers to get into spots that they don't want to, or having to push when they don't want to.
Sticks just playing the close angle, actually gets dropped by the Thermites, wide peeking from Fountain's side. Causa still on the bottom floor room. Cloudy has now rotated up. The C4 is still in the back pocket of Causa. If he throws one up here with some information being gathered by his team, he could get a kill. One C4 actually missing. That's Canis' C4. As a triple kill now for Minted on the round. But
Gonna get two there.
yeah, that's a great
Nomad
answer from
in
him
1v2.
as... Yo, that's a great kill from him. That's a triple for him. And
Yeah.
he really won that for his team because the collapse was coming out from the attackers there, but he just said no, peeking wide, and oh my gosh. That's a
is
sweet
one
one.
hell of a shot. Yeah, pretty strong stuff coming out from them, and that basically single-handedly put them in the lead here. So they're gonna take that lead that we were talking about earlier. It's gonna be 4-6. Now the onus rests on FRANTIC6 to be able to get themselves back into this one. They need to win the next 2 rounds consecutively.
Yeah, and Orgless now heading to Bathroom Tellers. They're off site at the moment, as if they lose this one, they can head back to their main bomb site of Armory Lockers. But Bathroom Tellers not to be overlooked, really.
Yeah, it's one of those sites that's pretty underrated. A lot of teams don't really go there or even consider going there, but in my opinion, I think it's still a
Attackers need
decent
to
site to
locate and
hold. You can
defuse the
definitely
bomb.
do some things with it. It's one of those ones that has potential, in my opinion. So we'll see how they decide to defend this one. Looks like they're going to be moving up to that second floor as usual. Going to be defending the first floor from above. Not really much else to say.
Oh, sorry. Bit of a yawn there. As yeah, it's looking like a pretty strong top floor hold, as both Jaeger reinforcing in Armory Lockers and walls being reinforced into Fountain, as well as the outside ones into Office. This is looking like a pretty strong top floor, as not even the main wall on Bathroom has been reinforced.
5 seconds to insertion. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Yeah, so far we've seen pretty much the same operators from both sides here. Not really too much variation coming in. It's got a lot of information on the defense side, and a lot of breaching on the attacking side. So
Attackers bombed the diffuser.
Cloudy actually,
really up against.
Attackers have
this
recovered.
man is going 0 for 10 at the moment. It's not looking too good for him, as he really needs to start picking up for his team, because especially on a Nomad, that's someone you want to keep alive and actually expend all of the utility before you eventually end up dying.
Yeah, definitely someone you want to keep alive and really put a chokehold onto those crucial points. You know, that's really what you want to do with the Nomad. You know, like we've been talking about pretty much all match. You want to be able to isolate certain spots and stop rotators from coming in through there, and really just like force certain defenders into the avenues that you in lines of sight that you want them to be in.
And complete CCTV control now going the way of FRANTIC6 as they look to take this in a very early rush, as they're actually opening up the fountain wall. The Mute is currently playing in fountain, decides to just play this angle passively. Sticks taking a lot of damage, whipping out the C4, but it's shot out in mid-air. That's a great shot from either Thermite, but another C4 coming out from Corza as he does get the kill onto Figure. That's the buck down.
Yeah, that's it's really important to be able to shoot the C4s out of the air.
Oh no, that was so close. Just not spotting the head of Leventus because of that monitor.
Yeah, we see this main wall getting open once again, trying to put some pressure on the site. IQ taking a bit of damage, Sticks on pretty low health as well.
And that's a great angle, getting the kill onto the Cade.
IQ holding the right angle, there's the one.
Thermite rushes
Got out.
in and gets one frag, and he is injured. He could possibly be picked up by his team, and yes, he does. Diffuser now in hand, but JMS and Leventus left last alive. Definitely two operators you want. JMS with that heavy fragging potential with the 416 carbine. Also Leventus with that ability. We've seen him use to great effect thus far in this matchup. But JMS proving why that gun of Jaeger is so lethal. Gets the kill.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Yeah, so we're gonna find ourselves in a 2v2, although FRANTIC6 on very, very low HP. So they're gonna have to really win these gunfights.
Attackers recovered the
It is not
One
to be
bullet from the gun of
thrown
JMS
away.
will get it onto both of them, as I believe that's a 3K film in the round. Really well done.
Yeah. Yeah, he's able to just single-handedly end that off and shut any hopes of clutching that out alive. So there's the first round, or first map, going to be going in the way of Orgless.
Yeah, that really was an interesting one, because up until later in, it really seemed like these players, both players of both teams were really just matching each other one-to-one, just really trading blows. But getting into the final half of it, they definitely started taking that advantage. And yeah, Orgless take out the first map. We will be heading to the coastline as our second map. Going back shortly, as we will be taking a quick break. Thanks so much for watching, and we will be back shortly.
Yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. I'm certainly looking forward to it. It's going to be very interesting.
Thank you so much. Hello and welcome back to the second map of the grand finals between FRANTIC6ESPORTS and Orgless. Team Orgless have taken the first map of Border as we head into Coastline now. It should prove to be a very interesting matchup. This will be casted by myself, Connie Diffuse, Patrick Finnick, as well as Moj will be joining us shortly. Okay, let's head into it.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this. FRANTIC6 and Orgless have both shown some incredible stuff on the first map. So going into this one, Coastline is going to be very interesting. Both of the teams have lots of potential. Of course, we saw Orgless taking it in the first map by a couple of points there in the right at the end. They really started to get into the pace and really get things going. So I'm curious to see if that will change or if maybe Orgless pulls ahead again in this one and takes it 2-0.
And I think yesterday as well we saw Orgless. I believe they were playing against EC Black. They really were trading blows as well, only until the end of that match really starting to become dominant, I think, as well, take it in a 7-4 fashion. So let's see if this map pans out any different, whether his teams once again trade blows and then one takes the lead. But getting into the bans now, the attacker bans, Thatcher has been taken off the board as well, joined by a Buck. Quite an interesting one. Definitely a lot of vertical play, which is possible on Coastline.
Yeah, Buck is a really preferred operator when you want to get a little bit of soft destruction going there. So the Thatcher is a pretty standard ban that we see coming out there. So no surprise in that front. Obviously, the Buck ban is probably going to be really kind of annoying for the people who really like to play him. His utility is very, very useful, especially with that recent buff. Mirror going to be taken off the board as well. That's also a pretty standard one. Nobody likes to deal with that. So
yeah, and that's more just a additional pick. Know how strong Mirror can be, especially on Penthouse and Kitchen side as well. Now joined by Maestro being taken off the board. That's another Intel operator gone, and really a Maestro common ban, especially on Coastline these days.
Yeah, you don't really want that kind of annoyance to be in there. It can really, really be a hindrance if you have a good Maestro just kind of holding down the site. Can be very difficult to push through that. So that's also a pretty understandable ban there.
I'm quite honestly surprised we didn't see Echo banned out by FRANTIC6, because they're not really known to use them at all. And well, we saw how well Orgless can use them. We saw literal rounds being won just because of that Echo on board, and well, already taking the Echo and using him, but actually 6 picked off onto the Legion.
Yeah, maybe just flaunting the Echo in front of them, like, hey, you left this open. We can pick it if we want to. We can do some spicy one-click wins again if it comes down to that. It's going to be 6 picked away into the Legion though for that utility.
Yeah, and the Legion definitely is well an operator, which can be quite annoying, just stepping on those Legions, having to take out the goo mines. And yeah, let's see how they decide to take this Uka Billiards as their primary bomb site. And see how they decide to defend this.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Mojo.
Sorry, I'm so late.
No, it's good, man. Welcome. Are you on the stream at the moment?
Yes. Everything's
Okay.
hooked up. I'm ready.
Yeah, excited to do a 3-man cast as yeah, starting in this round and see how this pans out.
Yeah, it's going to be that second floor bomb site there in a pretty standard position here. Pretty strong bomb site, very often chosen by a lot of teams. So let's see how the defenders decide to approach defending this side. Let's see how the attackers respond.
Yeah, and we see the Jaeger currently roaming down below, holding that one bullet peak, as well as joined by actually 3 players currently roaming down below, Valkyrie and Blue Bar, as well as Mutant Sunrise.
Bomb located by attackers.
Attackers currently just trying to sense what these players are currently doing, as Valkyrie has rotated up. Probably just threw out a few cams down below. Mute actually being pinged here behind Sunrise Bar, flashed out by the Nomad.
Ooh. Trying to sit on top of that ADS to protect him from the nades.
And the C4 coming out, that almost connects onto the player and connector, but Wide Swings with the SMG-11 in hand almost does a bit of damage, but does not connect with it. Definitely investing a lot of utilities to clear out this Mute.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Oh,
Oh, Jameis gonna get traded.
Yeah, one kill coming out from either team. IQ and the Jaeger off the board. As Corza on the mute now definitely getting pincered here as he's definitely in trouble at the moment. Joned out, a lot of utility has been already expended on him, and he gets a headshot with the SMG-11. That's a great shot, and he transfers onto another player currently close, and he hits the shotgun blast.
Oh my
and Sticks
god.
cancels it out. What a play from the mute! A triple kill for him on the round, getting 2 players with the SMG-11, whipping out the shotgun, and then Valkyrie just coming close and locking it out.
That's insane, man.
I'm actually the only one that thought Kosa was actually dead.
Yeah,
That position. Yeah, I
mean,
actually thought he was.
At that time, what can you do except wide peek, and wide peek he did, and he won it.
Yeah, I mean, like he was sitting there getting naded from all sides. The ADS, the only thing pretty much protecting him there, and then he knows that he's getting peeked by 2 angles. There's the door and the window, and he loses he doesn't lose, but he doesn't manage to get anything off the first peek. He's kind of sitting there, and suddenly he's getting rushed by 3 people, and he manages to take all 3 of them out.
Just looking at all the utility expended on him, I believe 3 flashbangs, jackal pings, nomad air jabs, as well as players just literally peeking onto him.
And defuse as many bombs as they can.
Oh my word.
Wow. Well, that's really well played. Orgless going to take that first round off the back of that one. Going to be defending kitchen here in this round. Also a pretty strong bomb site here. We are going to see that Hibana picked up, which is a very, very strong pick. I'm surprised we didn't see it in the game, the match before. With, I think, what was it?
FRANTIC6ESPORTS obstinacy.
Yeah, the obstinacy didn't pick up any Hibana, and it's super, super powerful on this map, and this site in particular as well. So let's see if that gets utilized to its fullest extent.
Yeah, I mean, you can stand on the square roof and literally just open up either the kitchen wall or any of these outward-facing walls, as well as from main lobby. You can get the pantry angle onto that wall there. I mean, it's really just something that's so useful in this map, and I was honestly surprised in that previous matchup we didn't see him featuring a lot more.
I think we go full screen.
Mute at the moment, roaming around at VIP, as well as Legion on backstairs. A lot of offside play at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Kane is the only one really sticking sight, and he's playing aggressive. He's still opening up angles with a minute already down on the clock. That's an opening kill for Leventus as he picks off figure 6, but JMS actually dropped by the Capitale of Cloudy.
Yeah, it is a 1-for-1 trade, so it's a 4v4 right now. Nobody has the man advantage just yet, but the Legion is being allowed to live for this long, so you're going to be able to put down quite a few mines during his lifespan. Then they were able to take down Minted, or of course they're able to take down Minted, sorry.
Honestly, what we are seeing from Corza here is just absolute mastery of the SMG-11. This man is hitting heads, and he's just absolutely ruthless at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he is basically the epitome of of being able to run that shotgun with the SMG-11, you know, just saying, I don't need a main SMG for my main weapon. I can swap that out for the shotgun utility, just bring the SMG-11 and just absolutely frag everyone with it.
And fragging, he has been doing as he peeks wide. He actually does no damage, but now they know where he is. If he tries peeks this...
Imagine being so confident that you have with the SMG-11 that you just peek out of a window.
Oh my god. Wow.
That, however, is how you answer it to it. You get kills yourself.
No, but Corsa's not out of the round yet. He can still shoot everyone in the face.
I actually noticed he has very few bullets on his shotgun. So
Yeah, he used most of them to open up the wall, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely some stagnation now coming out in these guys. I think they really know what to do at the moment, as top floor control still being held because Corza, he's in bathroom.
Yeah, it's difficult to make a move. Difficult to make a move when you're on this kind of a situation. 20 seconds left on the clock. They have to pull the trigger now. There's nothing else they can do. The Capitale starts rushing through. He's going to get hit by the Legion mine. That's really going to be annoying. Legion's right here to be able to pick. Going to get the first. Gets the first. There's 2.
Oh my god.
And
Corza on the rotate.
gets the shotgun blast to the face, and the 3 players in bathroom, well, they get killed as Leventus with a great double and Corza just coming from the back, hitting them with the shotgun, just completely denying entry for FRANTIC6.
Yeah, that's some really great stuff. Honestly, Orgless are making a much better showing this time around in the beginning. You know, in the previous map, we were seeing back and forth and back and forth. Right now, Orgless just put their foot down like, yeah, no, we're ready to win now, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, they've won 6 rounds in a row if you count the previous map, so these guys definitely have some momentum behind them.
We are going to see the Thermite picked up instead of the Hibana. Interesting choice there. Perhaps not super happy with how they were able to utilize the Hibana, so rather just make a giant hole instead. Instead of putting out those little pellets and trying to make little slides in there. So.
Yeah, and actually going to Blue Bar Sunrise. I'm very interested to see how they actually decide to hold this side.
Notice that they have the Nomad and the Gridlock just really trying to get out here and deny any sort of rotations coming out, especially now that they know that Corsa's out here just absolutely popping heads and running around like a madman. So they're trying to stop that from happening and potentially just get some control of the map away from Orgless.
I remember actually in the previous day's matchups, Orgless faced off against some or other team and absolutely destroyed them, but those angles being held in hookah, the one round they lost actually was because of those. And the guys were able to push into main lobby and actually utilize those angles against them, killing the players on blue bar. And I honestly doubt that play. I know it's a common play and a lot of teams use it and it really works out, but it can bite you in the butt.
One down.
Yeah, there goes Nomad. So that's already a whole bunch of utility taken off the board for the attackers, you know? Like I was saying earlier, they wanted to stop the rotates from coming in, and that's just not going to happen anymore now that the Nomad's gone. The Gridlock, very limited utility here.
Did we just see Smoke getting a wall bang, then he says, screw it, I'm just going to reinforce it so you can't shoot me anymore.
I mean, if it works, it works.
Yeah, that's an absolute alpha move, just saying, nah, I'm going to put a piece of metal between us.
Yeah, you're shooting at me? Alright, cheers.
Now complete office control on the side of Team FRANTIC6 as they look to take
It looks like it's having a problem passing through the rotation, yeah.
That's quite unfortunate. And the smoke as well, repelling him off here.
Orgless have that man advantage, so they're certainly touting it here. The moves have to be pulled right now for FRANTIC6. They have to get something going here in order to build their momentum into the round, otherwise they're just going to run out of time again.
This IQ actually has a pretty powerful position at the moment. They don't really know about the moment, and if she can move in here, she can definitely start getting a few kills. But actually, Canis on the smoke knows about him now, having seen him, starts firing into that connector area. Plant seemingly going down for FRANTIC6 as smoke. I don't believe he has canisters left. Yeah, you can't do anything about this, but Jaeger on JMS gets a kill. And actually, I'll be damned. That Jaeger got a kill because of the rotations through in blue.
Yeah. Cannon's gonna go down, and Styx also goes down, but not out. Finally, the Jaeger's gonna get traded out there as well.
And no hope really of healing this Valkyrie. She's left for dead as the 2 players on FRANTIC6 now are definitely low on HP. Corza has a chance to win this, but he gets sprayed through the wall. A bit of damage done as he peeks in, gets the planter now.
Oh my god.
Denying that plant's gonna be so big now, even though Mint is super low HP, it's going to be so much more winnable for Corsa just based off that one single play alone. Minted less than 25 HP, it must be around 20.
Yeah, and he doesn't know where Corsa's playing at the moment, just spraying through the wall, hoping for a Hail Mary shot to just connect. But he doesn't even know that it's a 1v1 at the moment, because Styx isn't dead at the moment. Finally now dropping, and that's the diffuser planted.
Yeah, that'll be the information that it is a one-on-one. But like I said, Minted low HP. Corsa can certainly win this one unless an amazing headshot comes out. From Gridlock, there he is, but he goes down. Defuse comes in, Corsa wins that one. And Orgless take their third.
Corsair is absolutely unstoppable at the moment. This man is 8 for 0, just completely obliterating the enemy team. We saw a 3k from him this round, and I mean, he essentially won that in a 1v2.
Those were 3 plants I think he actually stopped
This man
in
has
the same round.
Yeah, that's been some
My God.
interesting stuff. Like, honestly, props to Corsa for really stepping it up. You know, we were talking about JMS earlier in the previous game, really stepping it up, but this time it's Corsa really doing the work.
I have to give credit to JMS though as well, because he got that kill into the planter very early on from in blue bar from the main lobby side.
Yeah, I mean, this whole team is really, really doing some good work so far.
And you know what? If I'm FRANTIC6 at the moment, I'm especially scared, because if you look at the scoreboard, it's 3-0 at the moment. That means Team Orgless can go back to their primary bomb site. They've won every single bomb site they have to go to, and now they can go back to their main bomb site. So at the moment, it's not looking too good for FRANTIC6.
Yeah, they're going to be pretty uncomfortable going into this one. You know, they're down 3 rounds already, and of course, like you said, Orgless have made the entire rotation. They can go to pretty much whichever bomb site they like. They can go to be pretty comfortable in wherever they sit. And obviously, we saw them win pretty decisively here in the previous couple rounds.
Yeah, heading back to Hookah Billiards now, their primary bomb site, as see essentially the same setup. Angles being opened up into Aqua as well. The default plant spots being opened up from below.
We're going to see Corsa back on the mute once again, so going to be touting that SMG-11 and the shotgun. Canis also, same setup, and
10 seconds to go.
yeah, I
Bomb
mean,
located by attackers.
I was going to say that maybe they don't have such a
5 seconds to go.
wasty time sort of setup, but it doesn't really matter because they've shown us that they don't really need to waste time. They can just win the gun battles, win the fights, get the frags, stop the plants. They can do anything, everything.
Yeah, and I'm really interested to see if Corsa is going to play behind Sunrise Bar once again, as Nomad seem to be almost peeking into Sunrise, but they're playing this slow.
Now some good drone work coming out, spotting out the positions, but nothing comes of it just yet.
This is a powerful position. If he can spray through this window, maybe get a bit of information on the players currently outside of that window, he can definitely get some kills from here. But Mystic actually rotated around to office, and looks like an Aqua push coming out as well as a Hookah take.
Yeah, pushing 2 sites at once will definitely help put some pressure on the defense team. If they respond accordingly, though, they could get some things going on.
You know, what I'm seeing at the moment is they are too afraid to push Corsa. They just say, yeah, lose the down floor as the bottom floor as a player on side actually gets dropped.
I mean, I don't blame them. I would be pretty much too scared to push him as well. Mystic6 can take down JMS in the meantime. Frags going back and forth. Everyone gets traded out. Crush is the last one left alive. It's Hibana versus 3, and it's not.
It's not over yet, as yeah, he gets the kill onto the Valkyrie, who got a great double kill herself. Now in 1v2, Leventus is low on HP, and this looks somewhat winnable as a minute 30 left on the clock. He has the diffuser in hand, still has drones to play with.
The emphasis here is somewhat winnable because Corsa's still alive on full HP.
This man hasn't died once. I don't think he wants to do now.
If he makes it through this match with a perfect score, I'm just gonna lose my mind. Like this is a competitive tournament right here, and man doesn't have a single death on the scoreboard just yet.
And the Hibana definitely looking scared to enter. I mean, she droned out the Legion, sure, but she doesn't know where Corsa is playing at the moment. Apparently going for the default plant, just baiting it out. Corsa playing it safe, swings wide, and he gets the kill.
Oh,
Legion being injured,
this man
but
does not miss. This man does not miss. Look at this Look at this. You know how much recoil this gun has? Look at this.
just none. And the
Dude, I didn't see a single bit of recoil, and I've shot that gun before. It like kicks yourself into the sky.
and the black ice on it just to top it off, just the complete screw you.
Absolutely insane.
The gun skill that man has is top notch.
Honestly,
Yeah,
unparalleled.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 0-4. Orgless in the lead here, and pretty much keeping the same setup that we've seen all game. Nothing really that they need to change. They don't need to switch it up. Nothing really that they need to sort of adapt because everything's just been working so far. Meanwhile, on the side of FRANTIC6, they've got a lot of decisions to make and a lot of things
Attackers
to
need to
try out
locate
if they
and
want to
defuse
stay
as
in
many
this. They
bombs as
have a
they
very
can.
steep hill to climb if they want to get back.
This is definitely do or die. If they can take the next 2 rounds, that's at least a 4-2 split. With Coastline being a defensive side map, they have somewhat of an opportunity to get back into it. But if they will lose one of the next 2 rounds, it's really looking dire for them.
Located a bomb.
Yeah, the window of opportunity for comeback is getting smaller and smaller as the rounds go on.
Just looking at this defensive side, it's honestly quite a linear setup. I mean, you have the top roam presence. Quite surprised we don't see the castle. We saw them using it quite effectively in their previous matchups. But yeah, this is just looking like a linear defense outside of, well, the operators.
Yeah, I'm honestly not surprised that we don't see the castle. They don't need it. They,
Why lock out a rotation when you can just hold a rotation with your gun?
Yeah.
See Jaeger now actually playing behind Sunrise Bar. That's Jameis on the Jaeger.
Yeah, Q taking jabs at GMS.
Yeah, and it looks like she's scared. She decides to back off, even though she knows she has the ACOG. Definitely has the advantage in this gunfight. Oh.
Oh my god.
When ACOGs don't want to take the fight against your SMG-11, that is when you know that you have won the mind battle.
That's a great
Go
angle.
down. Finally, they're gonna put their best foot forward going into this, but I mean, it's also still alive, so does it really make that much of a difference?
Oh yeah.
Boza is still alive and he's been alive this entire matchup. Still 0 deaths on the man.
I think if Orgless know the main thing that they actually should do is keep Gosa alive as much as possible, rather than get the plant in.
Just for the stats.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, honestly, as long as this man is alive, there's fear in the hearts of FRANTIC6.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Him and the Jackal currently in a bit of a
my.
stalemate here as Jackal
Let's
looking
see
to
if
peek
the
into his angle.
SMG-11
Oh,
can win it.
he might
Oh
be.
my god.
Oh, this is it. This is it.
This,
Oh, this is. Oh
This
my
is it
word.
right here.
this is
it
the one
right
we've been
here.
waiting for, and
Well, he finally
Oh
goes
my
down.
God.
There it is.
Oh my god. Wow. Well calculated.
just
Finally. he
investing
loses
the
his
entire team's utility to clear out that one player, and that's just a testament to how good this man is doing. It takes an entire team to kill him.
to flush him out, just to take him down. I mean, yeah, it's there, but I mean, I think that's hashtag worth it right there because now they've got 3
Oh
players
my,
down. It's
okay.
Canis versus and Leventus versus everyone else.
Oh
Canis
my
goes
word.
down. Now it's a 1v3. Leventus has to make everything happen here.
Well, it was a 1v5, turned
Oh.
it into a 1v3, but actually gets killed by Minted.
Wow.
I knew it. I knew it. The objective should have been to keep Zosa alive.
Well, finally he has that 1 death on his scoreboard right there. Maybe pretty sad about that, but yeah, it's the first round on the board for FRANTIC6. So, like you said, if they lose the next round, it's going to be difficult for them. But if they can finish this at 4-2, then maybe they have a chance at coming back.
In theory, though, it doesn't really do anything to his KD. It's still 9.
Yeah, but I mean, his
Yeah.
KD before was perfect, infinity,
I mean, hindsight
undefinable.
2020, but if Corza was able to stay alive, they maybe rotate into main bedroom, drop that hatch. They could have probably won it on time, but as I say, hindsight 2020 still did well for his team in there, delaying them top floor for so long.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the meta in recent times has really just been, when you're on the defense, you want to waste the attacker's utility as much as possible and waste their time. And I mean, sometimes you don't have to have an operator that puts down utility. Sometimes if you just have a person that exists on the map, you have to just expend your entire team's utility.
Well,
to go and
he's
kill them.
serving in double deep because he's playing mute, one of the most utility centralized
Exactly.
operators in the game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's just
10 seconds to go.
he's just a bastion of the team. Really.
5 seconds.
It's like a
left.
one-man castle, really. Fortifications, defenses,
Attackers are
offenses,
moving to
everything.
defuse the bomb.
Oh my god. Oh my god. If there's an award for MVP, I think we all know who it goes to. At the
Yeah.
moment.
Chat, I promise we're not paid by this man to hype him up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True that.
Yeah, the thing is, we came into this as absolutely neutral, and we've just been impressed over the course of this
Oh
match.
my word.
He's peeking into spawn with an
Oh my
SMG-11. What is happening?
The absolute the gonads on this man must be gigantic.
Oh yeah.
Absolute balls of steel.
Yeah, and at the moment, they are droning out his last known position, and he's rotated a bit off, now holding him in a safer position, but still looking to delay the push coming in from FRANTIC6.
Yeah, no one's gone down just yet, so at least that's a good sign.
Still just holding tight. Orgless know they can just waste the time here because essentially FRANTIC6 are too afraid to peek. They're droning out this top floor, but they just don't want to commit to it because there's always the thought in the back of your mind of Causa could be around the corner and just shotgun me to the face.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when that threat's just looming around every corner, where do you do? Where do you go? What do you do? You know, like, you make a move and it's like, oh, this guy could be around the corner with a shotgun. Do I really want to go here? Do I want to do this?
And Causa now still playing in Aqua. He actually has the hatch to rotate in, and I believe there's a player currently situated inside of office. That is the IQ. Seemingly oblivious on a drone at the moment. Of course, I can drop this. We're getting info from his team, but on the other side of the map, JMS getting a kill. That's on to figure.
Yeah, so that's going to be the first frag for the round, and that's going to be on to figure, which is, yeah, FRANTIC6ESPORTS, they, like you said, I think they're just a bit shell-shocked at the moment, you know, they don't really know what they want to do, you know, when you try and employ a strategy, and you try and employ a bunch of strategies, and it just doesn't work because of one man. Yeah, I mean, it becomes difficult. This time around, in this round, the one man is JMS.
Yeah, this is
taking out a lot of frags.
Yeah, that's a 3k from him around, joined now by Causa, getting his 10th kill this far this matchup, and yeah, this is just
and guess
looking.
who's the last one left alive? It's minted on like 20 HP because Causa peeked with an SMG-11 into spawn.
And yeah, that's a flawless round as Causa locks it out.
I mean, I honestly don't really know what to say here as we go into the next half of because sure we're gonna be seeing the teams having to get used to now obviously being on the opposite side. Levent or you know just OG they're on the attacking now, and of course FRANTIC6 they're here on the defense. But like, does it really matter when you're so far ahead? Which like this lead that OG has, it's so big that they could ostensibly do anything. They could just toss the strat book out and go YOLO. Let's see how many frags we can get.
Yeah, I'm honestly quite surprised Causa isn't playing the sledge at the moment, but Jackal.
Oh, he's the Jackal. He's gonna go hunting.
Jackal still has a good AR, and he can definitely get some kills, yeah.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, so we see FRANTIC6, they decide for kitchen, which I think is a decent choice. Obviously, on the opposite side, Orgless are picking up the Hibana. I mean, we've said enough times already how strong she is on this particular map, and I have no doubt that OG will definitely be able to use it. So, yeah, I mean, the question is just does Orgless continue their snowball? Do they just keep steamrolling forward and just run over FRANTIC6 here, or does FRANTIC6 actually have the ability to put up a fight? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have to start just winning. That's honestly it. They need to start winning the gunfights, and they have strats at the moment. It looks pretty good. It's poised to really delay a lot of time on Orgless, but Orgless isn't really a team that's traditionally bothered by time. I mean, they can rush onto a site. We saw it in the previous match where they literally just rushed onto border with 10 seconds left and, well, they got the plant down. It's really... You can't do anything against a team that will just peek into an angle and they win. They win. That's it. Cloudy on the pulse, giving a few calls for his team, and you know, a pretty good counter for Corza is a C4. I mean,
No.
he's good, but he's not invincible, and if one of these players can get a C4 toss up to the roof, they should be able to get a kill here, as a lot of top floor presence coming out for Team Team Orgless.
Yeah, I mean, it's all well and good that you have the pulse spotting everyone out, but if you're not going to do anything about it, it doesn't matter. You know, he sees the movement there in the top floor, he sees, you know, Ike running around, placing a charge, wada. But I mean, if you're not going to spot them out and try and take them down, it's not going to help.
Now that's a good refract from Canis, as the Nomad did actually get a kill on those stays onto the Jaeger, but JMS answering back, he gets the kill onto Cloudy, that's the pulse gone. No more intel from down below, and JMS peeks wide, he gets another, that's Crushes down, now 2 left on the board for FRANTIC6.
Yeah, Mystic and Minted, the last 2 left alive. Mystic on like 20 HP, and there goes Minted, so...
That's a triple kill for JMS on the round. He's honestly, he's on the hunt for Corza's kill rate, but now peeking into the final player, whips out the pistol, 360.
Oh no! Oh no!
This is being pressured from too many sides here. They're just playing with their food at this point. There's nothing to do.
Wow!
What are we witnessing?
Oh my soul.
The plant coming down.
I don't even know.
This is a final, boys. This is a finals.
Oh my word.
Have some respect.
Wow!
Yo.
JMS should have died.
He should have, by all accounts.
He should have. He should have.
He cheated death 3 times.
First he takes like 3 bullets from the SMG-12 and then a Pokeball to the face, but somehow still whips out the pistol and just one-taps him.
Oh
No
man.
way.
Look at this. Scoreline is 1-6 and OG they're just out here.
Wow.
I mean, you've got to feel sorry for these players, quite honestly, because they're doing everything they can, but when it comes down to it, just taking the 1v1s, it's just not going their way. Heading back to Hookah Billiards now, or heading to Hookah Billiards for the first time, as they did lose kitchen service now, going to their second site.
Oh man, I just had to catch my breath there. I'm still reeling from the last few rounds that we've been witnessing, man. It's just been so entertaining. I don't think we could have asked for a better final, to be honest.
This has been pretty explosive thus far.
Attackers are heading out to the bomb.
You know, honestly, I'm just sitting here wondering, you know, there's a lot I could say about team lineups, there's a lot I could say about potential strategies, but right now, I think all of that's kind of just out the window. I just want to see what happens. I want to see what Corsa does. I want to see what JMS does. I want to see what the team ends up doing. They're just kind of walking in. I just want to see the fight.
And talking about walking in, Corsa's in kitchen as JMS as well gets a kill.
Orgless really passionate to end this whole movie, so to speak.
I mean, this has been as entertaining as a movie because we've been treated to some of the best siege I've seen in weeks.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh my word! Wow.
Just completely locking out the angles, just being so dominant, just saying, I'm gonna hold this angle, and if you peek into it, you are going to die.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, that's pretty much been the name of the game.
Upside down rappel now coming out from JMS onto main hookah bar. As well, we see Corza playing from down below with that shotgun in hand. Ibana also opening up onto the main wall and just This team is so good on frags, but as well utility. I mean, they're opening up from down below, they're getting the main wall. They are just working as a team as JMS. He injures the smoke,
Oh
and
no.
that is...
Man,
Oh,
this
oh
guy
my
is
God.
on 1
Oh
HP,
my God.
man. He's on 1 HP.
Oh
Just
my
shoot the
God.
guy. Somebody shoot this man.
Fuser getting planted, crushes. His teammate is
His
downed.
Attackers are
1v4.
Oh my God.
He goes for the res.
Oh my word.
No, no, not
Okay,
like
this is over before
Not
it
like
started.
this.
Oh, almost.
Oh my God.
That is it.
Wow.
Orgless win the Rainbow Six Siege Rivals hosted by Esports Faction in what has been a complete... I don't know what... no words to
Cluster
describe this.
bomb.
Yes, there we go.
Whatever it is that could be possibly describing this match. Thank you so much for watching. We have your winners. It is going to be the Orgless team here coming together, just absolutely curb stomping that second map there, taking the victory 2-0 and being your champions here. Thank you so much for joining in and watching this incredible transpiration of games.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try and maybe organize something here for us with the winning team of Team Orgless. I'm gonna try and get one of their discords here, as maybe get a interview with one of them.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
talk
yeah,
to
yeah.
JMS
That-
and Corto if we can, please.
Do one of you maybe have their discords ready? I don't think I have anything added.
I think so. Let me see. I don't know if they're on the Nibble Discord.
Yeah, they're on the Nibble Discord.
Oh,
Because they're from the Nibble.
yeah. Apparently, I can't see them. See, where is?
See what we can organize here quickly. Okay,
So-
JMS has contacted me.
Oh, okay,
I'm gonna join a call with them and then invite you guys.
Alright.
okay, perfect.
Hey man.
How's it, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good because I was treated to some of the best Siege I've seen in weeks. You guys
is it, eh?
absolutely destroyed that match.
Oh, thank you, dude. I really appreciate it.
I'm just trying to get the other two casters in this call quickly and see what I can do with
No
that.
problem.
Okay, apparently you need to accept my friend request before I can add them to a call.
That's weird.
Just quickly accept.
No problem.
Okay, have you accepted the friend request? I'm just quickly setting this up.
Yeah, I got it. To me, yeah?
Hello?
How's it?
Okay, I'm just waiting for the other two casters to join us. See, Patch has joined us. Just waiting for Mojo quickly. And
Hey.
yeah, let's talk about that because I'm kind of shell-shocked, honestly, because you guys just absolutely obliterated them. Just complete lockout of that final match.
Yeah, we really like Coastline. It's a really big, like, frag-heavy map, and we are very confident in our aim, and we just took it.
Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah, we noticed.
talk about the confidence heading into one of those final rounds. You on the Zofia, white peeking onto, I believe it was the mute, sorry, the vigil actually, and you 360 one-tapped him.
Yes,
My
that was
God.
the plan. So the thing is, like, I heard the thing is, right, like, I had a very, very good round. Like, I think I killed like 3 people already in that round.
Yeah.
And then I like Canis gave the call that Vigil is 20 HP. So I'm like, hey, that's one shot with the pistol. I'm just gonna frag this guy and just go for it. And then I somehow messed up by 360, and then I had to like make up and not die. So like that was a bit unfortunate. But the plan was to 360 and one tap him. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
talking about plans, I mean, heading into this matchup, did you have any information on FRANTIC6, how they played? Because, I mean, coming down to it, you just you won on gunplay, but as well, it looked like you really had your strats down in that matchup.
So we did like watch a lot of their VODs, and every like VOD that we could get of them playing. We knew that they obviously watched us on border, and they like knew what we were gonna do on border because we've been doing it over and over, like the same thing on border the whole week or this whole weekend whenever it got streamed. That we just knew like if we can take border, we win because like coastline we haven't showed it to anyone. No one has really played us on coastline. So we just like trusted our strats and it worked out.
Yeah, and I mean,
as well.
talking about that border matchup, I believe it was yesterday. You guys actually played. I can't believe I remember the team's name, but it came down to really a blow-by-blow game, really equalizing it out, and eventually you came out in the lead. That happened in this matchup as well. On the first map of border, it was really a blow-for-blow matchup, and then one team just completely going ahead with it and taking it. How much do you think you guys are a momentum-based team that just once you have that confidence, you start winning it?
To be honest, I don't think we're really like we don't really base our playstyle on momentum at all. Obviously, the momentum helps, and Siege is a very big momentum game. But for us, we try and do like when we defend first, we're like it's fine. We try and get like a certain amount of rounds on defense, and then we know like on attack we'll be fine. Or on a different map is we'll know that on defense we'll be fine. So like we try and like balance it out.
Yeah,
If that makes it any
yeah,
sense.
no, yeah, no.
I mean, if you and Gosa are just gonna be, you know, fragging with SMG 11s and just like getting headshots and 360, like we don't even need strats. Just win the fight, just win the gunfights and win.
Yeah, so the thing is like we've changed our roles a lot with this like new team that we're now in. Because I used to play Echo and like quite the support role on OG, and Rowan used to play like quite frag heavy on Nibbles. So like we just decided to put this together and put Leventus on a more like flex support role because he's been killing it on IQ and on Echo. So I just decided to take up that frag role, and yeah, it's just been working, man.
Talking about killing it with Echo, that one round on border, you won it with an Echo, just one click and you won the round.
Yeah.
So give me a bit of insight on the comms on that round.
So the thing is, we try and keep our comms as clear as possible, and then we just like stayed on camps for him the whole time. Like he had his gun out, and then as soon as we saw them planting, we were like, "Listen, planting, no one is pushing you," and he just went on and stopped the plant.
Yeah.
Nice.
Winning rounds and winning games as you guys won this Rainbow Six Siege Rivals hosted by Esports Faction. Well done, and you take the finals in a pretty decisive way. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. This has been the finals. This has been Kanye Diffused, joined by Patrick Phoenix as well as Moj. Be sure to subscribe to both our Twitches and YouTube. You will see that cards on the left side of your screen. So like us, follow Esports Faction on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and everything else, as well as join the Esports Faction Discord. Thank you so much to our 8 patrons who have been sponsoring. And as well, heading into the transition now, we will be finishing this up with a ping by no ping, an ad by no ping, one of our main sponsors. Thank you so much for them. Any last words, guys?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, thanks for enjoying this, and great cast, guys. And JMS, I'll see you on Tuesday. Hey,
thank you, sir. Definitely,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, you better be on. You better be on the podcast on
I think
Tuesday.
mine's to JMS and the whole team. It's really good to see you guys back. It's really good.
Dude. Thank you, Mojo. We missed you as well, man.
We missed you so much.
Yeah, but listen, from my side as well, just before we end, I just want to say thank you to you guys for casting. Really, really appreciate you guys have been doing an amazing job. And also to Esports Faction for setting up a really, really good tournament. The production has been great. And yeah, and also a big shout out to .6 for a great final. GG's to them.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and that has been us. We will be fade now into the ad by Noping. Thank you so much, and cheers.
All right, cheers, boys.